Okay, so we go from the one big event to another big event, and um, that's the Oscars. So there was a little show last night that handed out Academy Awards to some of the best filmmakers of the year. Um, there was one movie that absolutely just crushed it, and there were a couple other movies that did pretty well, but there was a lot that was shut out, and so it's one of those things where, um, you know, I think that it's well, let's put it this way: it was a good show. I had a lot of fun with it. Um, so this comes from Variety. History was made at the Academy Awards thanks to the historic wins of Michelle Yeoh, Ki Wai Kwan, and Michelle Yeoh, Ki Wai Kwan. Hold on, guys, bear with me. Ki Wai Kwan. Um, let's see. Let's try this again. I'm sorry, guys. Um, History was made for the first time at the Academy Awards thanks to the historic wins of Asian actress Michelle Yeoh and Ki Wai Kwan, along with costume designer Ruth Lee Carter, for becoming the first black woman to win two Oscars. So she won for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. She actually had won for the first Black Panther as well. And Best Original Song, Nanu Nanu, made the first victory in the category for an Indian film. As expected, Everything Everywhere All at Once dominated with 7 wins, and All Quiet on the Western Front right behind with 4. In the meantime, acclaimed pictures Elvis, The Fablemans, and Banshees and Tara went home empty handed, despite 30 wins among them here. Variety breaks down the biggest snubs of the and surprises of it. So basically, um, they go into all of the snubs they think happen, and some of them. Okay, so as pictured here, okay, I have uh, Austin Butler, All Quiet, and Angela Bassett. Um, Let me get into a couple of these because I think they're necessary. Austin Butler. I think that his performance as Elvis was really good. It was really good. Um, I think that his nomination was well deserving. I thought it was a good movie, not great movie. It never had a chance for Best Picture, even though he got nominated. The one thing going against Butler was this: he's only 33 or 34 years old. He would have been the fourth youngest ever to win the Academy Award. He was a first time nominee. Um, right away, they don't like first time nominees. They just don't because they figure you'll be back. Elvis did not do well at all. I picked them in hair and makeup, lost that one. I picked them in costume, lost that one. That one I should have known was going to Ruthie Carter. That was, but nonetheless, and congratulations to her, by the way. But nonetheless, so it lost that. It lost a couple others. So there was, once they started not choosing Elvis, the chances that I was going to get that right were going downhill. Angela Bassett. What can you say about this? Um, I know Matthew Anderson, if you tuned into our live stream the other night, Matthew had chosen Kerry Condon. I chose Angela Bassett. Didn't win on that one. Um, I even the set production. So I mean, it was one of those things where um, I lost. I lost the set production, and so yeah, so that was not good. Um, Mandy Walker not winning for Elvis. I mean, there were a lot of nominations for Elvis, and he walked home with nothing. Now that being said, All Quiet on the Western Front walked away with 4 or 5 Oscars last night. Fantastic job. I mean, Best International Film was, pretty much a lock. I mean, but it walked away with, Best Sound and a few others. And I started to see a path where this could do like a Mad Max Fury Road. Now, it didn't happen, but, you know, but the big winner of the night was Everything Everywhere All at Once. 7 Oscars. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm so happy for everybody associated with this film. Um, the Daniels, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michelle Yeoh, everybody. Um, and it was really a groundbreaking film. Um, so that was fantastic to see. I was, yeah, I was sad. I was sad that Angela missed out on hers, but hopefully she'll be back. I was really glad they gave it to Michelle Yeoh um, over Kate Blanchett because she's a 2-time Oscar winner. Um, but yeah, so anyways, the reason I bring all of this stuff up is because the viewership of the Oscars went up 12%, went up to 18.7 million, but still, it was one of the least watched Academy Award ceremonies. And I think part of that, well, let me read the article and then I'll get to my thoughts in a minute. After a surprisingly eventful ceremony last year, the 2023 Oscars went on without a hitch. Everything Everywhere All at Once completed its awards season sweep with a whopping 7 trophies, including Best Picture as well as 3 of the 4 acting categories. It was the Oscars' most awarded film in a decade, and audiences seemed to respond, if only slightly. The 95th Academy's the 95th annual ceremony brought in 18.7 million people, which was a 12% increase from last year, when the telecast captured 16.6. The telecast was also up 4 points for the demo rating compared to last year. Both ceremonies are still the least watched and lowest rated in Oscar history, although the ratings have gone up quite significantly from the hostless one in 2021. Apparently, this was a very social Oscar affair, with the ceremony grabbing about 27.5 million total social interactions over the course of last night across Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's up about 5 million compared to last year, which is a bit of a surprise considering how buzzy the slap was. There was a possibility that the Academy nominating the 2 highest grossing films of the year, Top Gun, Maverick, and Avatar The Way of Water, for the top prize might be enough to stoke some interest in the year's show. It was the first time in a long time that any of the nods of the top prize reflected films that audiences won are actually watching. This had certainly worked in the past to an extent, and it could be one of the myriad reasons this year's ceremony saw an uptick in viewership. The most watched telecast in history was about 57 million, and that was the year Titanic was nominated in 1998. It went on to win Best Picture. Of course, that went on to win over 10 Academy Awards. But even before the pandemic, the Oscars were a steady decline. Were in a steady decline when it came to viewership. 2020's 23.6 million was nothing to bat an eye at, which just a few years earlier had doubled. Um, So basically, it goes on to say bringing back a tired and true host like Jimmy Kimmel could also have been positively impacted. The last time Kimmel hosted was 2017, 2018, and about 33 million watched in 2017 and dropped to 27 million in 2018. 2017 was the goof, the La La Land um, Moonlight snafu. The following year, Oscar viewership went nearly up to 30 million. That was the year Black Panther, which was a historic film that came in number 2 at the worldwide box office, grossing 1.3 billion. and was also nominated for Best Picture. And yeah, so basically, so getting back to the premise, I think there was a couple of reasons why the it did well, but still not there. Number one, I think that you had Kimmel back. That was helpful. Okay. I think number two, I think um, the races. I mean, there were a couple of races there that I think everybody wanted to see. Right. Um, Best actor and best actress. I think everybody had a feeling. I mean, they wanted to see Ki Kwan win. Okay. They were unsure what was going to happen with best supporting actress, and you know, they really liked everything everywhere all at once. So I'm happy it won seven. Um, and we still haven't had a Big Five winner, by the way. I always say it, but it's been 31 years since Silence of the Lambs won the Big Five. But this is the closest that any film's gotten. Okay, Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Director, and even supporting actors not in that mix, and screenplay. I'm sorry, screenplay. Well, there was two of them. One went to EVOO, and the other one went to Women Talking. But yeah, I think that it's one of those things where this was a big thing. Um, I'm glad the ratings were up. I think there were a lot of things, like I said. We'll see what happens next year. But I mean, I think it will be interesting to see who they bring back as a host. Are they going to bring Jimmy Kimmel back? Go get, Whoopi Goldberg or Billy Crystal if they want to do it. I mean, I had my problems with the show because it was only almost 4 hours. If you're trying to cut, look, if you're trying to cut back the time, um, eliminate the performances for original song. And I know that's not popular to say, but it's the truth. That's 15 or 20 minutes right out the door, right? I don't know if anybody noticed, but every time they were doing an original song, they went to break because they had to clear the stage. Um, you cut those out. You do it just like a normal Oscar. You know, you do a little clip and that's it. I'm glad they brought the clips back, by the way. But the monologue, it was too long. It was too long. It, they had only given out 3 Oscars by 5:45 Pacific, and I know because I clocked it. They gave out the Del Toro Oscar for Best Animation, and they gave out Best Supporting Actor and Actress. That's it. And the other thing I saw too is there were eight. I counted eight um, advertisements for Hulu. They were really shoving that down people's throats. And I know Disney, it's their thing, and other studios. I saw the Netflix commercial 2 to 3 times. Um, I was shocked. The one thing I was shocked about, I was shocked we didn't see a Mission Impossible trailer. And I know Tom Cruise wasn't there, but still, I was shocked. And I think that would have been the place to do it. Now, I don't know where you put it. I mean, it comes out in July, you know, so it will be interesting to see moving forward what they do and how they do it. Um, but yeah, so that's it. That's the whole show.